All right. So people are still in the waiting room, right?
We have one person in the waiting room.
Okay. Well, here we go. Looks like we're live here. So just we'll be starting up in a couple of minutes. Everybody watching, we'll be with you and getting ready to rock and roll here in just a minute.
Welcome, Debbie.
Good morning.
I'm admitting our first person.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Our first person has come into the room. Welcome, Liz.
Great moments are born from trying times. Challenges are merely opportunity knocking. We've been dealing with crisis and trials your whole life. They've always existed. On a national scale, in recent times, 9/11 took a divided nation, pulled it together out of a tragedy. Heroes rose from the ashes. Military, our firefighters and police department, more loved and more revered. Who can forget the World Series that year at the Yankee Stadium for the city that got decimated, devastated, to be able to heal together in such a celebration? Of course, it would have been better if the Yankees had won. And then Hurricane Katrina, another really challenging time. A whole region of the nation was devastated. And people put caution to the wind to go out and save friends, family, loved ones, strangers, fellow humans, because we needed a cause and we rallied together to pull a nation together. Charities were born, organizations were born, opportunities were turned around, lives were saved, and for years after, people were still going in, creating new opportunities out of a bad situation. Because challenges are merely opportunity knocking. And then you got 2009, the financial crisis that literally not just crippled a country, crippled the world. We were all in peril. I'm sure you felt it too. Yet in that time, there were people helping more people than ever. And you might be surprised to know there have been more millionaires born in the decade since than have been born in the entire history of the world. People see opportunity in the challenge, and you should too. And then here we are right now in the middle of COVID 2020. Cultural and financial and economic, political crisis all around us. That story is still being written. How will your story end? How will this affect you? Are you going to let other people decide that, or are you going to take control? My name's Jim Padilla, and I'm a professional overcomer. Been doing it my whole life, and I'm going to share more of that story with you in a bit. Right now, I just want to make a case for you that you've been dealing with crisis your whole life, and you've been overcoming it and come out on the high side. Because once you see that, you'll understand that you are at choice all the time. Personal crisis can be anything. Did you ever have a teenager who got pregnant, unplanned and unexpected? Personal crisis. Now it's going to lead to some things, but personal crisis absolutely is immediately going to impact you and your family. What about a loved one in an ICU bed who's on their way out? Personal crisis, challenge, right? Opportunities knocking. What about a bankruptcy? Or you get laid off of a dream job? Those things are all personal crisis. All of them challenges that are opportunity knocking. And you have overcome those. You have made those happen. The people who make this happen for themselves are those who have the ability to create networks around them, high quality, powerful relationships, and have the ability to maintain their wits, keep their feet on the ground, while they're helping to make the decisions for themselves and for those around them to keep moving forward and come out on the high side. See, there's no situation where everybody wins or everybody loses. There's things that happen, and then there's how you respond. And your response is going to dictate what happens on the high side. Simply put, if you can sell, you can survive. If you can sell, you can thrive. You can write your own ticket. You become the author of what's going on. You're the one who changes the crisis. Nobody can tell you what to say, when to say it, what to do, when to do it. Nobody gets to choose your outcome but you. That is your choice. We want to make sure that that happens for you. We want to make sure that you're surrounded with the right people to be able to set yourself up for success. We know that when you show up and have the right conversations with the right people at the right time about the right things, people buy. Things happen. That's whether you're selling product, selling ideas, vision, or anything else in the world. And that happens when you surround yourself with the right people to begin with. And we call that creating peak performance networks. It's what we do for a living. It's how we create massive success for us and for those we serve. And this is the journey that we're on. We're going to show you how this works. Come on along the first leg and let us show you how we do it. Hi, my name is Jim Padilla, and I'm a global impact strategist. My team and I create opportunities and connections designed to increase revenue, profitability, and purpose in all areas of life and business. I got started in 2014 by managing the sales of a 7-figure Build, Bear, and launch. After a successful launch, we decided to go down that path, and after $50 million worth of launches and events, we provide ongoing, evergreen, high-ticket sales support for businesses. What I love most about what I do is impacting the lives of hundreds of thousands of people through our clients' reach. Whenever I'm not working, I love to spend time with my wife, my family, growing my ministry, playing golf, and enjoying nature. The best way to reach me is by visiting my personal website, jimp360.com.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, wherever you are dialing in from. We got the YouTube people, we got the LinkedIn people, and we got those who are joining us here in the Zoom room, and more coming in. I just wanted to say I want to honor you and acknowledge you for spending time on a Saturday morning, or whatever time of day it is for you, to be able to enhance your life, enhance your business, find out what things can you do to be able to further your mission and your purpose in a crazy economy and whatever is going on in the world. And I don't normally do this, but I wanted to take a quick minute before we dive in, and just I've been in prayer this morning and just doing my Bible time, and there's a lot of things being put on my heart, and it's everything from people we know in Florida. I don't know anybody who's been a casualty of, that we've lost anybody, but I mean a lot of people have been impacted in the things that are going on with the storms and the hurricanes that came through, and then all of the upheaval and what's going on in the Ukraine, and just all the tension that's happening in our country and our economy. And I just know that people need help and people need support. And I just want you to know that you've been on my prayers. Literally, I've been right here in this office, that chair right over there, praying for you this morning. And I wanted to share that with you. I wanted you to know that this is more than business. This is about our life. This is about the world. This is about opportunity to change the game for you and the people that you serve. And I'm just honored to be able to play a small part in it, in whatever role that I am for you. So God bless you. And whatever God you pray to and serve, I hope I know he's looking over you. He loves you, and he's got nothing but the best in store for you. And I am here to play whatever small role that I can be in your journey as you're moving forward. So thanks for trusting us to be part of your success team and a part of your journey. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right, so we are talking about the conversation here is about growing your business 3 to 5x, even in a contracting economy. Okay, so we're going to talk today about some of the key pivot tools that we talk about, and everything that we do here at Gain the Edge is through the lens of sales and conversions. I see everything as conversion opportunities, and that's the perspective that would bring to everything. So what we're going to be talking about is always going to be through that lens. All right. So let me tell you a little bit about me first. See, back in 2008, I suffered and struggled like a lot of people who weren't quite prepared for the opportunity that came with the recession. 2008, the recession taught me as a business owner to never let an opportunity to profit pass me by. And so as the pandemic rolled in, me and my clients were busy making money with an incredible 4-step system while everybody else struggled. See, back in 2008, we went through a big upheaval in our family, in our business, because I was in mortgage and I was making, we've heard of mailbox money. I was making more like golf course money. I didn't have to work very hard to get deals because interest rates were low, property values were high, and my phone just kept ringing. So we didn't have to take great care of clients, and we didn't have to have a great system to ensure that we were generating consistent business and following up with people well. So when everything hit and in 2008. Literally, we were out of business in a week because we were just literally just done. And then we lost opportunity. We didn't have reserves. We didn't have the opportunity to take advantage of all that was going on in the marketplace. And there were people consuming businesses, consuming opportunities, building new solutions, because whenever the recession hits, it always brings challenges, and challenges come with opportunity to solve problems. And if you're not prepared, both in strategy and support and systems, and don't have the revenue streams necessary to be able to take advantage of a contracting market where you can increase market share, et cetera, then you're going to be playing catch up, and the tail is going to be wagging the dog, and you're going to be doing what the market tells you to do instead of you impacting the market. So over the last 8 years, we created this incredible system, right? We again, our clients were making great money in the pandemic. Our clients were making the best money that they have the last couple of years. And our sales system has been responsible for over $290 million worth of sales for me and my clients. And in just a few simple steps, I'm going to show you how to make your first or next million in the next 12 months, regardless of what the economy is doing. Okay. Now, of course, a disclaimer: I can't guarantee that you're going to make any results, quite honestly. But we've built a system that delivers this and refined it over the years and has produced some spectacular results. And so we know that we can lead you there. All right. So I firmly believe that if you put it to work, you'll get the same results. If you do your part, you could end up like some of these amazing people here. Right. And I'll share their story in a minute to explain what they've done and how you can do what they've done too. So stick with me here as I show you this four-step sales system that has been responsible for over $290 million worth of sales in the last 8 years. Right. I call it the 7-figure sales system. And it's incredible because our 7-figure sales system works no matter really where you are. Works for you in all circumstances, right? No matter what you sell. It makes it possible to have a sales system that can sell for you. That's the name of the game. Who here got into business because you wanted to make sales? Who got into business because you wanted to be a sales guru? Who got into business because you wanted to chase leads and convert people? You got into business because you wanted to change people's lives. You want to change the world. You're creating a mission. You have something powerful that you wanted to do or become. And it wasn't about you signing up to be the best salesperson in your business, was it? Okay. So this 7-figure sales system works, and it is incredible because any founder, CEO, or coach, and consultant can do this, right? You may be wondering, who is this for? Well, simply, it's for coaches, business owners, consultants, founders, CEOs. Okay, people who are responsible for the growth of your company. Amen. It's really pretty simple. It works for all of you, right? Profit tools to immediately grow 3 to 5x, even in a contracting market. See, now we did a similar webinar to this not too long ago, and then we were pulling off the shelf. We said we were, we had an offer that was coming. We said we were putting it on a wait list, and some of you have been on that wait list. And I wanted to share with you why we pulled this back off and why we decided we need to do this training again before our event that's coming up next week. And I was actually reading in an article in Forbes, right? And it was talking about the consumer changes in buying behavior, right? Buying behavior into consumers brought on by the pandemic or recession. And the overall, I'll save you so you don't have to read the whole thing. The main gist and the through line for this whole article was that value versus price is what people are going to deal with. See, people know that you're going to pay more, right? We have inflation, stagflation, recession. You fill in the blank. Don't care what you call it. Bottom line is things cost more, right? We've got about 30% less purchasing power. The dollar is really getting beat up at the moment. And so what people are thinking is the overwhelming, the outcomes of the study was that people know they're going to pay more. So they're now very concerned with value. They're not looking for cheap. They're looking for value. If I'm going to pay more for it, I want to make darn sure that I get the best possible value. Okay. That is what people are looking for. And that's what I was like, I just got to get this back out. I got to stay in front of people and make sure that we have all the tools that we can give you to be able to deliver great value in the sales process so that you show up in such a way that people say, wow, I know they've got something here that I need and I wanted to be able to buy it from them. They're going to be the cure for what ails me, right? That's what I want for you. I want you to be the obvious cure for what ails the people who need what you have. So my goal for this class here is that you realize that the only way to shorten your sales cycle is by leveraging a little known and unexpected momentum, a moment when 80% of sales happen. Okay. And this here, I promise you, I got this little arrow here. So I want to emphasize, when you get it, it's going to make you mad. So I'm just teasing you on that. I'm letting you know right now. And that's going to come up at the end. Stick around to the end. I'm going to drop that one on you as we get there. And then we're also going to talk about the simplest way to unlock thousands of dollars per month in easy to close sales by implementing a simple 5C system. Okay, so let's go ahead and get diving in here. Actually, the main thing right here, this is, if we're playing any game, is that you understand you can't win a game unless you know what the rules of the game are. And the game that we're playing here is we want you to be able to get more leads from the same, more appointments from the same number of leads, more sales from the same number of buyers. That's how we start leveraging. That's how you start scaling. That's how things get exponential in revenue and opportunity. So why am I here talking to you? Why am I qualified in this conversation to be able to share with you? Well, my name is Jim Padilla, and I'm the CEO of Gain the Edge. I run this amazing company with my wife, and technically she runs the company. I'm just I'm the visionary. I'm the strategy guy, the idea guy. But we provide done-for-you sales teams, and we've generated over $290 million in sales, as I've said, for our company and for our clients in less than a decade. Okay? This includes 2 powerful record-breaking years during COVID, because we were set up and prepared for it with system, strategy, process. And that's what we want to bring to you. So during the darkest days of COVID, we were able to produce because of our system, and we want to make sure that you get benefit of that. So even though my team and I have done all these great things, which we have, hallelujah, we're blessed. God has been very favorable to us. It hasn't always been easy for us as a company, and it definitely hasn't always been easy for me. The truth is, I really used to struggle. I grew up, started with being in an abusive home as a kid growing up. And, I was in foster care at 13 and on the streets at 16 and in jail by 19, right? So I learned a lot about reading the room, serving people, leading people in my direction so that I wouldn't be seen as a threat and would be a valued resource and ally for them. Okay. So back in 2008, during the economic meltdown that came, and most of you probably were experienced and witnessed, my calendar was empty and I wasn't making sales, as I mentioned, right? We lost everything, hit rock bottom and filed for bankruptcy. See, on the outside, I had 0 leads in the pipeline and I wasn't making sales. And on the inside, the shame was eating me up. There's this, there's a huge difference between, I remember the day specifically when my wife looked at me and she smiled, and it had this obligation attached to it. It was like she smiled because she had to, because I was her husband. She didn't smile because I was her hero, right? It was an obligation thing. And I never wanted to experience that again. I always wanted to be able to be the person she can look at, look up to, and respect. And in this moment, that wasn't happening. I didn't have any confidence because I wasn't bringing in the income, and I wasn't being, it was costing. It wasn't being the man that I needed to be to my wife and kids and give them the life that they deserve. Filing bankruptcy led me to try a whole lot of things, right? We tried everything in this business. And after numerous trials and errors, I discovered this 4-step simple system that I'm going to share the bones of with you, and that we have fine-tuned it over the years. See, I was not the type of person that could just get on the phone and close people and sell stuff, right? But then I realized that you actually don't have to be, right? And you don't have to be either. So let's make sure that this is the game that you're playing. Instead of trying to become a master closer, it's structuring your world in such a way that people show up wanting to buy. How's that for a twist? Okay. So that's when we discovered our 7-figure sales system, simply by being myself, by optimizing the things that we do naturally and do well. Right. And I want to, I want to show you how to do that in today's training. All right. So when we created this simple plan, put it into action, I was able to sell more in a month than I've sold an entire year. Right. And I expanded my company, hired a world-class team, and now I work less than before, and we make more money than we ever had. Right. Is that something that you want? Is that an experience that you want? Am I talking to the right group? You want to figure out how to earn revenue more consistently, more predictably in any environment? Yes. So, type a 1 in the chat if that's you. I'll make sure that I'm talking to the right people. Amen, Robin. I'm sure, right? That makes sense. We want to make sure that you're earning more revenue. We want more revenue with the same number of leads, right? More revenue with the same number of sales, more appointments with the same number of leads. This is the mantra. This is what we're looking for. All right. So we don't want you to have to struggle with this anymore. Right. We took me years of banging my head against the wall to try to figure out the right way to make consistent sales. And I pretty much discovered the hard way to do things. And so that you no longer have to. Right. So you get to learn from all the mistakes that we've made and all the systems that we've created so that you don't have to go through the struggle any longer. Okay. So if you've been struggling with inconsistent sales, it's a good chance that it's largely because you've got a complex sales process, right? A process that doesn't get you the kind of results that you want. Amen. Is that we're feeling that? Okay. Also, one thing that we see an awful lot is that you have the right solutions. You've got the goods and you are the ideal expert that your clients need. But it's just not crystal clear to them. They don't really understand that, and they don't know that you are the ideal solution because it hasn't been laid out really well. Okay. So we want to fix that. We want your sales process to not be confusing people. We don't want you doing sales the hard way by following every guru and every free resource on the internet. Don't take somebody's, don't take a landing page from here and a funnel from here and an offer from here and an opt-in page from here, and then hopefully snap and bolt together some sort of system that was never designed to work together in the first place. Okay. We don't want that because then your system becomes a hot mess, right? We don't want you in a position to lower prices and have a race to the bottom. Lowering prices to get clients is never a winning formula, right? We don't want you to have to do that. We want you to be able to increase value instead of lowering price. And the sales process should exhibit that. Okay. We want to also make sure that you are not having to make sales at the expense of you being in the middle of everything, you touching everything, you generating all the leads, you having all the sales conversations, you doing all the fulfillment, right? We don't want you to have to be in the middle of it to make it happen. We want you to have consistent, predictable sales that happen without you. All right. Now I'm going to show you this in just a few minutes and how to do things just a little bit better than what you've been doing. All right. So let's take a quick look at the secrets to fill up your calendar and 5x your sales in any economy. All right. So secret number one is how to get a proven sales system in place that will fill your calendar. 5x your sales, generate new clients daily, and get you free from the day-to-day hustle and grind of chasing leads and closing all your sales. Secret number two is how to leverage the unexpected moment that happen when 80% of sales happen. Okay, this again, it's going to annoy you when you get it. It's going to bother you because it just does. I'll pack why it bothered me. And why most entrepreneurs accidentally miss these crucial conversion windows. And you hang around to the end. I'm going to share this with you at the end of the webinar. All right. Secret number three is the 5C system, super simple system that could unlock thousands of dollars per month in easy to close sales. Emphasize on easy to close sales with just a few minutes of your time each day. All right. So let's dive in. Secret number one, how to get a proven sales system in place that will fill your calendar, 5x your sales. See, most business owners don't actually think that they can add 7 figures in their business by adding a system, just by adding something in place that can generate a new revenue stream that can get you that 7 figures. Because you've tried so many other things in the past and failed, right? But that couldn't be further from the truth, right? You absolutely can, just by making sure that you have a quality process in place. And this is one that we call our anti-closer sales system. Okay. It's 6 simple steps created to create a foolproof sales system that delivers consistent flow of can't fail sales conversations and sustained profits. All right. Step one, make sure you're writing this stuff down here. Okay. Step one, being crystal clear about what you're selling. Here's a writer downer for you. A great offer overcomes a lot of stupidity. A great offer overcomes a lot of stupidity. And we do all kinds of stupid things in business, but we often have a fantastic solution. It just isn't packaged very well. And so people don't really understand why they should take advantage of it, right? If it's not clear and compelling and irresistible to the right audience, people just won't buy it. And we want to make sure that people are compelled to take action and move towards you because they see the offer in front of them as the ideal solution for what they have. And they want to move heaven and earth and swim through shark-infested waters to get that solution. Okay. So being clear about your offer, not what your solution is, what is the offer that's being made to the people that you're serving. All right. So step number 2. Knowing who I serve and when to serve them. It's not just enough to know who your ideal avatar is, but you got to know the critical juncture in your avatar's life or in their journey that forces them to seek the solution to their problem. And are you hanging out at that intersection of problem and solution? Right? Too many times we're not. We're too far away from it, right? So it's something that's simple. It just needs to be put into place, right? It's very simple. When you start having this, the goal for this anti-closer sales system, the reason we called it this so creatively is because you don't need a closer to close, to be able to make your sales. You need, if all of the systems are in place, then you just need a good salesperson who can follow a system and predictably and consistently sell your products and services. Amen. All right. So step number 3, knowing the importance of a core story. Make sure you have the importance of a core story. A core story is the key to the customer journey narrative that everybody on your team should understand. Okay, that they should be able to get behind easily and then deliver confidently results to your clients. Okay, this story express where your prospect is now, right? The outcome they can expect from working with you. And it's short and it's simple, but it's easy to step into. Again, for us, a big portion of our clients, the people we work with, most of the people we work with are sold out to the mountaintop. You want to reach the mountaintop. You know you're capable of it, and you're tired of not being there. You're tired of watching other people get there when you work twice as hard for half as much. You need the help and a strategy and a plan to make it happen. You don't need the motivation and inspiration to want to be successful. You just need a path and a system and a process and a guide, right? That's the journey that we are on with our clients. That's the core story for a lot of the clients that we work with. It might be for you too, right? What is the core story that moves people in the people that you serve so that they understand clearly how they're going to navigate that journey with your assistance, right? So next, step number 4 is solving a bleeding neck problem. A bleeding neck problem. Here's the simplest way that I can illustrate this for you. My wife and I, we just moved across the country. We're staying in hotels across the country. It took us 6 days to drive across the country. And, I woke up one morning with a sore neck. We're staying in all these different hotel rooms and these beds. And I, use a massager. We have a little massage gun, put a massager on it. And then she put some of her magic essential oils on it. And I just worked through it and I was fine. But we didn't go to the hospital, right? We didn't rush to the nearest med center or urgent center. What we did was took our own initiatives. Now, what would have been different if I had woken up and there was a gusher of blood coming out of my neck, AKA a bleeding neck problem, right? If I was bleeding from the neck, we would have been off to the emergency room or calling 911 because we would have an urgent reason to solve this problem. Your clients are worked the same exact way. Too many times you're trying to find the sore neck and then convince somebody that they should do something about solving it instead of being crystal clear about what is their bleeding neck problem, where they don't need motivation to want to solve it. They just need to know how to engage it, right? Again, all of these things are designed when you put these systems in place, all of these are designed so that a good salesperson can follow a system and make consistent and predictable sales for you. That's the objective here, right? We don't need you to have to spin magic or we got to find a closer who's going to wave a magic wand. It's indeed for sure. My wife loves it. It's a little accident prone, only at times, not all the time, but only when it really matters. So step 5, right? I know that my perfect prospect journey inside and out. Strategically and intentionally curating a clear and seamless prospect journey that leads to the perfect intersection of problem and solution. A prospect journey is something that should affirm, this is what you're looking for. Every step they take in your world should affirm the decision they took to step into your world in the first place. Somebody's driving down the highway and they get off on the off ramp and come down the street. You want them to feel assured and affirm that it was worthwhile leaving the highway and coming down your street in the first place. So every step should consistently remind them, yes, you're in the right place. You do have this problem. I'm the expert of solving this problem. I'm demonstrating that based on what I'm sharing with you right now, right? That's what should be happening consistently in your world. And again, when you're doing this, it makes sales so much easier because then you're offering solutions that are expected and the obvious conclusion to a well-curated journey, right? Step 6, stand for something. Position your offer, right, as something bigger than the offer itself. bigger than the offer itself. Your prospects want to feel as though they're a part of a wider mission, right? Showing how the ripples of your customer success will help reshape the world and make it a better place, right? My mission is for business owners to always be at choice, be able to be in control of your outcomes regardless of the circumstances, right? We want you to be able to sell in any environment and any economy and never be victim to what the market or the marketplace is going to tell you, right? That's the objective, because when that happens, you're growing through all of it. You're helping people. You're part of the solution, not part of the problem. You're never going to be a victim. You're always going to be in charge of your own destiny and your outcome. That is our mission. And we are here to help that for you, because when that's happening, the world is a better place. The world's a better place for my grandkids and their kids and the world that we are building together, right? What is it that you have as a mission that your solution helps provide to fulfill that mission, right? And again, when you're putting this all together, you don't have to be a sales guru or a rock star in order to deliver this. The problem is, for most people, if you don't have a sales system, guess what? You are the sales system. That's not replicatable. It's not repeatable. It sure as heck isn't scalable. Let me tell you about Claire. Complexity is a mother of confusion, and a confused mind doesn't buy, right? Okay. So Claire came to us as a world-class expert, rock star, who was struggling to sell her 6K primary offer, 12K upsell, and a 3K downsell. We took a look at her process, bumped up her 6K offer to 14, increased the upsell to 20K, and plugged her into our sales system. At the end of the day, we ended up selling more of her 14K and 20K offers than she sold of her 6K and 12K offer, because the system did a lot of the work for it, so that we were only having to match people to the right solutions. Okay, amen. This is the kind of results that you want. Does that sound attractive to you? Right? Am I talking to the right people? Right? In this system, is if you have this system in place, if you put all of these pieces in place, you see yourself having an easier path to sales, whether you're doing the sales or you're setting it up for somebody else to do. Okay, which step in this process make the most sense for you? Which one looks like the easiest one for you to implement of the 6 steps we just shared? All right. So make sure you let us know and take advantage of that. I want to see what you're doing to be able to move things forward here. Okay. So who does this work for? Coaches, consultants, business owners, and all niches, right? You don't have to make more sales in your own business, right? While being the center of the process. That's just a hectic way to go. It's a stressful way to go. And it is very limiting. You have a massive bottleneck and it's right at your feet. That's where this goes. You deserve a system that generates leads and sales predictably, right? You deserve a life where you make the consistent sales every month and take time off to recharge without worrying about your business cash flow. That's what you need to be doing. Otherwise, you're just never going to leave the rat race, right? So that's secret number 1, getting a sales system in place. 6-step sales system. Make sure that you implement it and put these steps in place. If you put any one of these steps in place, it's going to be a game changer for you. Put them all together and your life will be absolutely on a different trajectory. Okay. Secret number 3, I'm going to come back to secret number 2, right? I told you I'll do that one at the end. Secret number 3 is the simple 5C system. Okay, that unlocks thousands of dollars per month in easy to close sales with just a few minutes of your time each day. All right, here's the deal. Most people don't follow up because they don't know what to say or don't have time to do it. Because of best of plans, right? We all had the best of intentions. I planned on following up. I meant to follow up. I intended to follow up. I just didn't get to there. I didn't have the time to do it, right? And it leaves no system to ensure that it all gets done. Okay, with the 5C, actually it's a 6C system, it all happens consistently. All right, here's the C's. Calendar, chronicle, connect, commit, convert, and close. Calendar, chronicle, connect, commit, convert, and close. Okay. Step number 1, calendar. It's simple. You calendar every call. Make sure that which doesn't get calendared doesn't get done. It's the number 1 reason for failure for most people. You literally just didn't actually plan on achieving an outcome and delivering the success. Amen. Hey, please make sure you send this. These are simple. Sometimes the simplest stuff are the ones that we just discard because we think, oh, of course I do that or I know that. But if you're not doing it, all right, then you don't know it. Okay. Next, chronicle. Okay, chronicle the purpose of the lead. If you don't remember why you called, don't expect to demonstrate value. It's really that simple. I mean, you make sure that when you show up to a conversation, don't ever expect them to remember. You make sure that you document and dialogue everything. So when you talk to them, you can repeat back to them everything that's happened in the conversation, everything that they thought, everything they shared, everything they were thinking, and what was going on in the context of the conversation. It's never their responsibility to remember all of that. It is yours, right? So, because you're the one who is serving them. Next C is connect, right? Connect to the who. You have to build a relationship. This is about working with humans. No matter what business you're in, no matter what business you're selling to, people run businesses and people buy from businesses, right? You are selling to other humans. So always be focused on building a relationship and demonstrating value. Demonstrate that you care about them and that you understand the journey that they're on. Okay. Next is commit. Commit to the when. Stick to your timelines. Stick to, always remind them of the fact that you are sticking to your timelines. If you say, hey, we're going to meet Thursday at 11 and you show up at 3 minutes to 11, 5 minutes to 11, you're letting them know I'm honoring our timelines, right? Don't just assume that they get it because most people don't think about this stuff. Right? When you're preparing and you send a reminder for the conversation and you send something, work to do, say, here, you give them expectation of what this conversation is going to be about. You're letting them know I'm ready and aware and I'm planning for the commitment that we have made to be able to engage together. Right? All of this stuff ensures stickiness. All of this stuff ensures that people move forward and take more steps towards you in your world. Next is convert. This isn't a sneaky one because this is not convert like you think. This is not closing sales. This is converting people into the next step, converting them into an additional resource, converting them to book an appointment, converting them to consume a video, to download a resource and do something with it. Your job is to convert them consistently to the next step in the process, always. And the more they do, you start teaching people how to act and behave in your world. Right? That is vital. You want to make sure that they know what are the expected behaviors in your world. And you say, hey, I'm going to show you that when I show you this, you're going to take action on that. Always find ways to lead people to take some sort of action as they move. All right. Next is very important, COI. Okay. I said the sixth step is close, and it is. Close is the silent C, because if you do everything else right, the close happens. Okay. COI is cost of inaction. This is vital. What's the cost of your client to staying where they are? What's the cost of them not taking action, moving to solve their problem? This isn't about taking action to buy your product. That comes after they've made a commitment to solving the problem. What is the cost of inaction? If they stay where they are, what's going to happen to them physically? If they stay where they are, what's going to happen to them mentally? What's going to happen to them financially? What's going to happen to them in their relationship, in the value that they bring? What's going to happen to them as a leader in their business, in their community, right? You understand this. You're the expert of their problem. Your job is to make sure that they directly understand it, right? What's happened with you, just like with you. If you don't take action, then you're going to consistently be blown around by the winds and the waves of what the economy is doing. And I don't want that. I want you to have crystal clear, moving forward strategies that you know exactly what to do in a down economy, because you control the market. You control the outcomes. You create your own market and you create your own economy, right? And if you don't do it here, then where else are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? What system are you going to implement to ensure that that it does? And who's going to hold you accountable to doing it? Right? Cost of inaction is everything. Make sure that it is part of your process, that you are consistently weaving that into your marketing and into your sales conversations, because when that is there, it is real decisions that people have to make. And when you are an advocate to help people make great decisions, they feel more empowered and they trust you and they want to move forward. Okay. Cost of inaction is vital. Okay. Let me tell you about Elizabeth Purvis, right? Elizabeth had to let go of the only person on her sales team, and she had to take the role of sales manager, salesperson, and chief cook and bottle washer, as they say. She was on top of everything doing in her business, and the numbers weren't looking good. Cash flow was sinking, and she was frustrated. She was frustrated because she knew she'd make money and liked to make money. She just didn't want to have to kill herself to get it. During this period, her friend came across our team and introduced Elizabeth to us. Right, and after the first month of working together, we pulled in $55,000 in sales and business. Okay, which is good. Who could benefit from that? Who could use an additional $55,000 in business? I'll always take that. Okay, the second month was a bit slow because we were building up towards a launch for her, and we helped her generate $21,000 in sales. So we're moving and we're doing all right. But the third month rolled in, and it was a PLF style launch for her $2,000 product that we were selling. And when the cart closed, we helped her grow $450,000 in sales. And our team was directly responsible for 200,000 of those sales, right? And we doubled her sales over the course of a year from 1 million to 2 million, right? All by implementing the systems, the processes, and strategies that we're talking about here. Okay, this stuff works. And it's not because we're magic, it's because the system is foolproof and it works in any environment. Okay. So getting consistent sales every month used to be hard, but not anymore, right? Thanks to our process, our 4-step simple process, right? So we talked about secret number 1, getting your 6-step, your anti-closer system in place, getting a 5C system for follow-up in place. And then I'm going to share secret number 3 with you here in a few minutes, but stay to the end to make that happen. Okay, so stick around for just a sec because I want to share with you a little bit. I want to make sure that you have the opportunity to engage what we're bringing to you here today before this thing wraps up, right? So let me ask you a simple question. What would it look like if you could have our 7-figure sales system installed in your business? Okay, what might that look like for you? What would make that possible, right? What would you be able to do that you can't do now, right? I want to be able to introduce this predictable sales system to you. Okay, so introducing our 7-figure live sales system, virtual live experience. Okay, first inaugural. Okay, it's a virtual live event aimed at helping you fill your calendar and deliver consistent sales from qualified, consistent book appointments. Okay, without needing to be a high-ticket, fancy pants closer. Okay, the price you'll pay to hire me or our team be upwards of $250,000, okay, and more. Okay, which is why I want to offer this to you for a fraction of that price. You see, we've served for years, for a decade, the top 10% of the industry, serve people who are 7, 8, 9 figures, right? And we want to make this more accessible to people who want to be in that top 10%, the people who want to be at that mountaintop and are sold out to getting there. They just need help to make that happen. So we've brought this to you in a way that can be consumed by the average person, right? The person who wants that something more. So here it is. Okay, I'm inviting you to spend 3 short days with me and my pro sales team. October 13th, 14th, and 15th is coming right up. During this time, you're going to learn everything you need to know to beat the recession, to close out the 4th quarter and make 2023 the best year you've ever had. Okay, in just 3 short days, you'll know that have the know-how to immediately insert our proven 4-step selling system into your business. Hey, who does this work for? Again, filmmakers, coaches, consultants, sales specialists, CEOs, and founders. It basically works in all niches. What you're going to get, the gold ticket level, we've opted in for a virtual event to help our attendees save on money and travel costs. I know live, I'm itching, we're doing many more physical in-person events, but we wanted to make sure that this was something accessible to everybody. We have such an international audience. I don't want anybody hindered by travel restrictions. Okay, so you being here virtual saves you on travel costs, but it doesn't mean you're going to get less attention. Okay, this isn't just another virtual event where you're going to sit on Zoom passively listening to experts bragging about their latest tricks and hacks. You will not walk away with a stock of notes, right? Where we all have notebooks of information that we never take action on, right? And because this is during this live interactive event, we're going to be working together to create a customized 7-figure sales blueprint that meets the specific needs of your business and lets you finally generate the 7-figure income that you desire, right? You're also going to receive the hands-on coaching from me and our team of trusted business experts so that you have everything you need to put into your rainmaking plans and be able to put your plans into action in the moment you leave the event. Right? This isn't something that you're going to have to digest and figure out, right? You're going to have an immediate plan of action to start moving forward with after the event. Okay. Plus you'll have the opportunity to get all your questions answered throughout the event so that you have complete confidence as you install the 7-figure sales system into your business and you can start making more money immediately. Okay. When you say the right thing to the right person about the right thing at the right time, sales is easy. That's the whole game we're playing. Right conversation, right person, right time about the right thing. And because of that, we've also included, if you jump into our gold ticket level, you're going to get our perfect avatar experience. Okay, that's all about helping you get crystal clear, dialed in on who is the person, right? And making sure that we know the when. right? We also want to implementing the 7-figure sales system over the years has taught us one really important lesson, that the difference between 3 sales per week and 10 sales per day, it can be the right offer. Again, having a great offer overcomes a lot of stupidity. So for a $5,000 value, we're also including a bonus here of our compelling and converting offers, recorded trainings and workshops. So you will have access to that as well. And mind-blowing, game-changing, and put you in a position to make offers that are irresistible and compelling for people. Okay. Next is the offer that we're putting on here for you is that are filling your coaching services with events. The live events are one of the most effective revenue levers you can pull in your business to bring in a flood of sales and profits, but you got to do it right. And we do over 100 events a year. We've got systems, processes, and strategies to ensure that you do it right and that it converts, right? So we've included that for you as well, a $2,000 value. And we want to make sure that you are no longer wondering where your sales will come from. Be in the business of sales, be in the business of sales, okay? And run it by the numbers. Don't just be a salesperson. So much easier when you know exactly how many people to speak to and how many offers to make and where those people will come from, right? We want to give you our monthly sales planner worth $800 and worth the price of admission by itself. Okay. Next is zeroing in on who and when your ideal buyer is in the right stage of readiness, need, and desire to solve their problem and therefore buy from you. Our Leads Made Easy program is a world-class, powerful program. A lot of our clients take this training and teach it to their clients because it is a game changer and moves the needle powerfully. Okay. In addition to all of that, you'll have all access pass, a 3-day 7-figure sales system live event, walking you through our 4 vital scale phases that you must follow to transform your business. All right. We got post-event support and accountability, 2 weeks worth of accountability, coaching to help implement the things that you've got in your journal in putting them into action. Right. You'll also have a live event case study. We have recordings that you'll get access to when we do our event debrief, because we are experts at debriefing every single event that we do, every campaign, every event. We're always putting that into action so we can get better every single time. Plus, we'll gift you 1 bonus ticket to bring a guest, right? Bring a client, bring somebody on your team who's going to help you put all this stuff together. Bring a client who needs to learn all of this so that they can learn how to make more sales so they can pay you better, right? So we want to make sure that they're going to get the same kind of experience for you, right? So put all this together, but here's the thing. That's the gold ticket level, and anything worth doing is worth doing well. And since you're taking the time, effort, and energy to change the game for your sales outcomes, I want to invite you to come as a VIP, right? And ensure that you get the greatest possible outcome, right? So in the VIP level here, you got the same things that you get, right? The perfect avatar experience, the compelling offer workshop, fill your coaching service with events, you get your monthly sales planner, your Leads Made Easy program, but then we also get your 1-page strategic plan. Most people don't win big simply because you don't plan to win big. Planning it and having a simple opportunity in front of you for your whole team to work from one sheet that drives the activity for your scale success the course of the year. A $5,000 value. We sell this workshop live for $5,000 all the time. So we're going to bonus that in for you. Okay, sales conversations that convert, our world-class training that we sell for $2,000. Okay, it's this is what we put in place to train our team annually to keep everybody on the same page and moving in the same direction. And we're going to bonus that in for you, right? So that you get access to enhancing the opportunities for your sales team or for yourself to be able to sell more consistently and predictably. Next, part of having consistent success is knowing exactly where you stand in the marketplace. This is vital in a crowded market and especially in a receding market. So we are most loved and well-respected sales experts in the industry, and this training will show you exactly how we got there and how you can identify the ideal positioning for your business. The positioning that leads to profit exercise, $599 value. It's a phenomenal way to get yourself crystal clear and where you stand in relation to you and the people who buy from you and your competitors, if there is such a thing. Okay. Next is our prospect journey exercise. Often you are not selling because you don't have the right conversations with the right people at the right time about the right thing. You could be having the right conversation with the wrong person or at the wrong time. Prospect journey gives you the tool to lead your ideal avatar with the bleeding neck problem to the intersection of pain and solution. Okay, so we'll include that for you, $799 value. And that's not all. One of the ways to lose sales is to not have a clear next step for your buyers. We have taken that confusion off the table with our onboarding templates so that your sales team can adequately button up the sale and future pace people effectively to ensure stickiness. Worst thing is having somebody buy and then not knowing what's happening and not knowing what's coming or when to get started. And then they leave because it wasn't clear and they start second guessing themselves. No longer will that be your problem. Okay. And then, of course, last but not least, we want to make sure that you're going to have access to understanding the numbers, right? All metrics don't matter the same. All activities are not created equal. And at the end of the day, you have to know exactly how many offers to make each month and where those people are coming from. Identify which generating activities will deliver the greatest opportunities for your team to win. Okay. $2,000 value, metrics that matter, put you in charge of running the business by the numbers and having much more predictable conversations about what's going to happen instead of trying to react to things after they've happened. Right? All of these bonuses put together as a VIP totaling nearly $29,000 worth of value for you. Okay. Plus you'll get virtual all access pass to a 3-day event, right? You'll have post-event support and accountability. You'll also have an exclusive entry to the VIP Breakfast of Champions. Okay? Will be bonus training, a surprise guest expert, and we'll make sure that you have access to our team and our experts. Okay, we also have one-on-one sales team ready audit so that you'll have clear understanding of what are the holes in your business as it pertains to getting your systems off the ground and optimized, so that you know exactly what needs to be fixed, right? And then you'll also have a post-event one-on-one strategy session so that we can help you fine-tune the things from the assessment and what you've learned at the event and how do we fill in the gaps and move you forward. Okay. You also then get access to a hot seat spotlight coaching session for VIPs, right? And where we will be able to answer your questions and fine tune your offers and your positioning. Okay. Can't wait for that. I'm really looking forward to that. Next is the live event case study. With the gold ticket, you'll get access to the recordings of the debrief. With the VIP ticket, you'll be able to be there live and when we're doing the debrief, so you'll be able to be part of it, be fly on the wall, be able to ask questions and see what's going on. So you'll have direct access to that and be part of the team for a day. And then, so we put all this together here, right? This is everything that you're going to get. We get full event recordings with the VIP, which be worth it, worth the price of admission alone, because then you can take this, put it on the calendar and review the whole event or the pieces that you need to implement with your team. So you guys can work together and not have to operate just from your notes, but you'll actually have direct hands-on. So once it's edited and put together, you'll be able to have access to the recordings. All right. Then, of course, we give you one extra VIP ticket, and I'll be honest with you, I'll give you as many of them as you can. If you're buying VIP, we'll get you access. We want your team there. We want your partners there. We want people who are going to be there to support you on this journey so they can hear it right from the horse's mouth. Not that I'm a horse, but I got a mouth and I'm going to be one doing most of the talking and training in our team. So you want them to be able to hear it from us instead of having to hear it from you secondhand, hoping you got it right. So we want to get your people there. Okay, bring your team in, bring your clients, bring a client, because again, we want to help them make money so that they can pay you, right? If the 7-figure sales system, if all it did was generate an additional $29,000 to replenish what you spent or what you have here and all the bonuses, would it be worth it? If you got one extra client a month, would that be a game changer? If it got your calendar booked with appointments, start helping you make more appointments from the same number of leads because you have an impeccable follow-up system, would that be worth it? What if we helped boost your referrals and get you one new additional referral per week or per month? Would that change the game for you? I mean, would it be worth $29,000? Well, our first option here that we wanted to put in front of you was we thought, well, we can make this thing really expensive because we work with premium clients all the time, and it would only be available to a handful of people. But we want to make sure that we get this in your hands. Okay, the second option here is we could put on a virtual live event and get you access to it, where we could leverage us and our ability to put this in front of you and in your business, right? Give everybody personalized attention and move the needle in your own respective business. Okay, but don't be mistaken. I mean, this is absolutely an investment. We get it, right? But it's not a cost. It's not an expense. This is something that's going to give you exponential ROI for the activities, for the investment of your time and your resources. Okay. Total value of this virtual live event is over $29,000 in bonuses and content and resources. The VIP ticket is $997. But because you are here right now and you have invested time of your own to be able to move the needle forward, I wanted to honor that and reward that time, reward the time and the investment that you've made so far. And we're cutting that in half. We're knocking $500 off of the VIP price. So instead of $997, it's just $497 as a VIP. So you're saving $500 by taking action today. Right? You can go to sevenfiguresalessystem.com. The link is in the chat, and you can access, if you are following on YouTube or on LinkedIn as well, you go to sevenfiguresalessystem.com and get registered and get set up. Okay. However, if you don't want the monthly sales planner, if you don't want the one-page strategic plan, if you don't want the conversations that convert, you don't want the positioning that leads to profit, you don't want to get the ideal prospect journey or the client journey and the onboarding that will change the game for you in your button-up process, or the metrics that matter. Okay. If you don't want all the extras, you don't want the VIP breakfast of champions or the one-on-one support pre and post event, you don't want the bonus recordings or live access to our debrief, then just sneak in the back door with a gold ticket. Hey, $97 will get you in. Either way, we want you there. Once you're there, you're going to be a whole lot closer towards solving these problems for you, right? And start being able to serve your clients the way that you know they're capable of, right? But I think you're going to want the bonus ticket. I don't know why you would want to show up and not be a VIP. I don't know why you wouldn't want all of these amazing bonuses that we laid out for you, and that they're truly game changing. These are things. None of these things are that we read in a book. These are all things that are tried and tested and true. These are things that are getting us results. The things that we've used to generate almost $300 million worth of sales for our clients. So come and put it to the test. And here's what I really want you to think about. Okay, there's a risk, right? You have some choices in play here. You can go to sevenfiguresalessystem.com, get their solution, get this taken care of, right? You can pretend that you didn't sit on this webinar and see everything that's available to you. You can grab a 3-day ticket to the live event so that you don't ignore the money stuff. Because the thing that we have learned is when people don't focus on intentionally generating revenue, you don't generate revenue consistently and predictably. And that is the biggest gap and the pain that you're experiencing that we know we can solve. We want to eliminate the roller coaster. We don't want you having good months and bad months. We want you to have good months and great months. You know, you can be up and down. Just make sure you're up higher and up instead of up and then falling to the basement. That's never a good thing. That's how you go out of business, right? But in case you're wondering, well, gosh, I don't know. How will I know this work? Well, we're going to put a guarantee on the table for you. You show up to the event, come to the 7-Figure Sales System Live, and it doesn't show you how to fill your calendar with more qualified buyers, more appointments who are going to buy what you have. And you don't walk away with the confidence and the certainty to increase your sales by 5x, right? And set up a proven sales system that's going to deliver for you. We'll refund your money. I don't want you out there getting frustrated and not being able to implement, not being able to do anything. Show up, get your mind blown. I want to break your brain. I want to show you a new way to sell. I want a new way to be able to grow your business and stop focusing on becoming a world-class sales expert and start becoming somebody who structures your environment in such a way that sales just happen, right? Massive distinction, so much easier, so much more effective, okay? And I want to put that to the test. You have no risk, right? You have no risk. You can risk spending $497 or $97 and 3 days of your time. The bigger risk is doing nothing. The bigger risk is doing the same things you've been doing. The bigger risk is not taking action at all, right? There's a huge risk to staying where you are and continuing the same, especially as we're moving into times that may put you at a disadvantage, right? So talked about all the things you're going to get, right? Get all these bonuses. I'm going to get to in just a minute. I know there'll be some questions. I want to be able to answer some questions and get to the next secret, right? The secret that we've been putting off, the one that I know gets a little frustrating because you'll see why, right? Because it's some things are so obvious and so clear that it just irritate you. And I'm going to share that with you, right? But make sure you show up, get access to the event, get access to my $100 million sales brain. Just be in our space. right? Something that we see happen all the time is people get sales in the middle of the event because you're in the vortex, right? You're just in the vortex. When you're focusing on improving your sales, improving the process, improving who you are to show up for your clients, it's amazing how sales happen. All of a sudden you get an email from somebody you've been trying to chase for weeks, right? Or a conversation happens and somebody's ready to buy, or a follow-up opportunity occurs, or somebody who was going to cancel doesn't. It's incredible, right? So you need to stay in the bubble, stay in the vortex, and get access to what we're doing. Go to sevenfiguresalessystem.com, join us for the event. Honored to be able to serve you. Okay, get that VIP ticket with all those extra bonuses. All right, and join us at the event. All right, sevenfiguresalessystem.com. Here's something to think about. Right, there is a risk, of course. Like I said, you might spend $497. You might spend 3 days of your time, whatever that's worth to you. But what's the upside? Are you really risking anything? What if you have an offer that's $5,000 and you make one more sale per month as a result of what you learn at the event? That's $5,000 a month. That's $60,000 a year. And what if you're going to be in business for the next 10 years? $600,000 worth of revenue from just adding one more sale per month as a result of the system and what we can do for you. Okay. But those are not the kind of results that are typical. Usually you're going to make double, 2x, 10x, right? 5x. I want you thinking 5x. If you're just looking for 10% more increase in your sales, that's awesome. And I encourage you and hallelujah. But you're wasting your time in our world because that's not, there's a lot of people who can help you take some baby steps. We're here to help focus you on exponentially increasing what you do because it's possible, it's doable. It's never been easier to do than it is today in this time in the world, in the history of business. And it's vitally necessary, right? You need to do these things so that you can get that exponential increase, gain market share on the people who are retracting while you're going on offense in this economy and changing the game for you and the people that you serve. Right? There really is no risk. Just show up and prepare to work, do what's necessary and get in place, right? Get started, sevenfiguresalessystem.com, join us, or you can sneak in with that $97 ticket. But I expect to see you there because I love to serve you and have a great time. Okay? You can be like Lisa Barnett, who just didn't know what you didn't know, which is what most people are doing. We're doing all this stuff simply because we don't know. Right? She didn't know what she didn't know. And for her, that was how to sell her programs differently than she'd been selling for 10 years. She'd been making a killing with 297 programs, selling 100 of them. And we showed her how to double her revenue by increasing her offers and having a more quality lifetime value journey, right? That puts her in a position to be able to make a $30,000 launch become $60,000 without compromising anything. More sales from the same number of buyers, more opportunities from the same number of leads. Game changers. Right? We took Jay Hornbuckle, largest amount of money he's ever made. Right? Jim and Cindy helped me generate more sales conversations than ever, celebrating because I've just deposited in my bank account the largest single amount of money that I've ever made in my business or otherwise. And it was a 6-figure plus check, made more in 1 quarter than he made in his lifetime. Like I said, more than he made in the previous 2 years in 1 quarter. Right? This stuff works. Right. Last month was my best month ever. Michael Pompeo, Jim and Cindy definitely bring out everybody's peak performance. Last month, I just accepted it in my mind that would be an average month, but they challenged me and stretched me and helped me put me on the right path. And he went out and started converting at a much higher level, converted 73% and had a $400,000 month, right? These are the kind of things that our clients are doing. They're, Joanne coming in and wanting to have a $10,000 goals. And now $10,000 is the floor. She has $20,000, $30,000, $92,000 months as a result of putting the system into play. Like I said, good months and great months, no more good months and bad months. Let's put an end to it all. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I got some questions that I want to answer. I know there have been some questions coming in. Some people have been shooting some in, and I'll address some of those. But I also want to dive into the next secret that we promised. So we're going to go into secret number 3 here. Okay. And I want you to just be prepared. Like I said, it's one of those things that's sneaky. Okay. How to leverage the unexpected moment when 80% of sales happen, and why most entrepreneurs accidentally miss this crucial conversion window. Okay. Here's the deal. After the 5th presentation, okay, that's secret. There's two components to this. Secret number 1, the unexpected moment number 1, when most of the sales happen, is after the 5th offer, which means you actually have to be around long enough to make a 5th offer. How many of you are making a 5th offer? Are you making 5th offers consistently? Or do you give up after one, like most people? Give up after two, give up after three. Most people never reach five, which is why you're never around to see when this very unexpected moment happens, when this is when we make most of our sales. We make a killing on follow-up because we put systems in place that ensure it happens and ensure that we make those offers at that time. Most of you never make it because you're never around to make a fifth offer, right? Boom. How's that one? That sucks. That's frustrating, right? But it's a powerful awareness. It's a sneaky one. You got to do it. All right. Next, think about this. Okay. 90% of your total addressable market, that's what TAM, total addressable market, will buy from you after the first exposure. 90% of the people who will ever buy from you will buy from you after the first offer, the first exposure. Yet we spend 90% of your time focusing on 10% of people who are going to buy from you. So then you're never around to focus on the bottom, on the 90%, who are the ones that are going to make your fortune. You can make a living on the 10%. You make a fortune on the 90%, right? You need to be there to make that happen. Switch the formula, change the game, and watch that work for you. Okay. Next is when the market is in your favor, i.e. a contracting market like we are in right now. This is when most conversions happen. Fortunes are made in these types of economies, in these moments, right? You have to be visible. You have to be present. You have to be there. You have to have a system, a process, and a strategy to ensure that you're showing up and winning in front of your ideal clients when they are running for cover. That's when fortunes are made. That's when most millionaires and billionaires go on offense and everybody else is circling the wagons, hoping for the best, right? You want to be increasing your market share, increasing your positioning, being able to buy companies, pennies on the dollar, and taking advantage of opportunities that present themselves for the people who are prepared, like we are and like you can be, right? That is what we need to be doing. Don't, you know, make sure you're not one of those people that are busy running for cover when you should be busy going on offense, right? That's it. So unexpected time number one, when offers occur, when most of them occur, 80% of your sales occur is on the fifth offer. And unexpected moment number two is during a shrinking and contracting market like we're in now. Put those both together, you'll be in position to absolutely dominate in your space. Okay. That's what used to be done, right? Many business owners spend so much time bringing in new traffic into the world. It's mind-boggling. I don't understand, right? Do you realize that the most expensive and time-consuming thing you do in your business is to acquire a new customer? Why do so many people spend time finding new people all the time instead of doing everything possible to serve the people who've already said, I'm here. You might have something I want and that I'm interested in. And you're like, I'll be back. I got to go find some new people. That's what that sounds like. Stop doing that. Change the game forever. Okay. There's a totally better way. Right. Let me tell you about Sachin Patel. And he had a reputation and a brand, a very well-known brand. He was doing really well in business. Came to us. He was stuck on this hamster wheel of generating leads, right? And new leads in, new leads out. And even if these people showed up and bought, it's fine. They would go to his event, right? But then they were pretty much left alone if they didn't buy. There was no place beyond that. And because all of his marketing efforts were going back outside to bring in new people. But once we came in, started implementing our system, started working with them to implement the seven-figure sales system, which includes our pipeline system to fix your follow-up process, right? People started moving beyond that wall because if they didn't buy now, they're working an engaged, predictable system with a sales team member who is an extension of your brand, building a relationship with them and pulling them forward closer into your world. So then they're ready for the next opportunity as it comes. And we actually had 3 successive months where there were no new leads coming in for the sales team to work because everything was driving towards the event, yet we were delivering 6-figure outcomes every month. How would you like to have a $207,000 month worth of sales with no new leads coming in just because the system was working to deliver fresh sales, right? From leads that were there before, right? Amen. This is the game. This is the game changer, guys. Let that sink into your brain. That's how this can work. Instead of killing yourself to find new people all the time, start serving the people who are already under your roof, already under the tent, already in your world. Okay, you don't have to be stuck on the hamster wheel of generating new leads before you can make sales. It's possible for your business to make sales from your leads that you have in your pipeline. Okay, that's the name of the game. Okay, who here thinks a 7-figure sales system is awesome? Right? That's what we're talking about. This is where you find the 80% of the unexpected moments where 80% of your sales need to be happening. Right? And this is what we're doing consistently. Right? We have a multi-million-dollar company. We generate hundreds of millions of dollars for our clients. We only have a list of 8,000 people, and it's not even very well scrubbed. We're just now starting to build one decently. This is not about having a monster list. This is not about having a monstrous marketing strategy. This is about doing well with what you have, having a great system to serve the right people. It's not about how many people come into your world. It's about the right people coming into your world so that you can make that magic happen. Okay. Register for the 7-Figure Sales System Live. Hey, 7-Figure Sales System. All right. Show up, make it happen. 7figuresalessystem.com. Link is in the chat. Get registered. Would love to see you there. Okay. Looking forward to it. So I'm going to hang out here and I got a few questions that we're going to answer, the stuff that has come in. So I'm going to answer any questions. We'll be on for about another 15 minutes. Well, you can go and register, get signed up, let us know that you have, so we can celebrate you and welcome you. But I have a few questions that have come in, and I want you to be thinking about this. So for some people, questions have been, I don't have time to implement the system. I'm just busy. I don't have time. This is crazy. I'm busy. I'm trying to build a business here. Let me tell you this, every minute spent winging it costs you in days. Every 1 minute you spend winging it in your business costs you days worth of outcomes. Every time you spend a full day winging it, which is what most of us do, you're costing yourself weeks and months worth of productivity, worth of effectiveness, worth of quality outcomes. Okay? If you don't have the time to implement the system, then you're the person who needs to be there more than anyone else, right? This is the best thing you can do for yourself, is get this system in front of you and start implementing. You just start implementing one piece of this. Any one piece that we're going to be sharing with you over the course of this event is a game changer. You put it all together and you'll have a completely unrecognizable business. You will be transformed completely. Okay. Next, what if I just don't have the funds? I don't have any money. I'm busy. I'm trying to make money. That's the whole point. We want to help you actually make money instead of just chase opportunities. I don't want you chasing opportunities. I want you predictably getting in front of people that you know you can help and having the right conversations, the right people at the right time about the right things. Okay? It's more vital that you be intentional. If you don't have endless revenue streams, right? If you don't have the predictable revenue that you need, then you must be intentional about every minute and every dollar that you spend. And I can't think of a single thing that's going to deliver a greater ROI on your time or your investment than this event. Show up and be here. Let us change the game for you. Okay. What if I'm no good at sales? Well, good. Then, having a plan and strategy mapped out is vital. Okay. The 7-Figure playbook is the key, showing exactly how we do it. And so many others have so also, right? It's about building this system as quickly as possible so that number one, it'll make it more effective for you to be a salesperson, to actually make more sales, and for somebody to be able to replicate what you do, right? You need the 7-Figure sales playbook. Okay. Next question that comes up a lot is someone was asking is, it seems like a lot of effort. There's a lot of work, too much work. And I will say, you're right. It is. Success is hard. Scaling is hard, but failure is harder. Having inconsistent results is much harder, right? You've already got the same amount of work to do daily, but for less outcome and more effort. How about we flip that around? How about we make sure that every bit of effort you put in gets you 2 times of the effort, or 2 times the outcome, or 5 times the outcome. And when you start getting this dialed in well, 10 times the outcome. I don't want you to put in, this is the way you got to look at it. In the beginning of any process, you're going to put in 1 unit, as my friend Susie Carter says, 1 unit of effort for 10 units of outcome. Once you start getting it rolling, then you put in 1 unit of effort for 10 times. You know what I'm saying, right? 10 units of effort for 1 unit of outcome in the beginning. And then once the system's working for you, you put in 1 unit of effort for 10 units of outcome. Game changer, right? You need to get this going. And the best time to start this would have been a year ago. Second best time to start this is today. Let's get going. Okay. How is this event different than any others? Well, I can tell you this is not just a bunch of teaching. You're not going to be lectured to. You're going to be working, right? You're going to roll up your sleeves and get it done. We'll share the exact templates. We're literally sharing the templates we use in our systems with our clients for you. So you will have them there to be able to be done, filled out, or identified, so you know which ones you need to be taken care of post-event, right? But you will actually have the resources and the work getting done so that your system is being built and starting to get executed. Okay. Why should I do this when I can just hire a salesperson? Well, let me tell you, the whole reason this system exists is because most people think that they can just hire a salesperson and that the game will change. And that is absolutely wrong. It's failure. A salesperson is not magic bullet. A salesperson typically can do great if they have resources and a system and a path to follow. Most salespeople are not going to come packing a wholesale system. They're going to do the best they can with what you give them. But you can take a great salesperson, put them in a lacking system, and they will become extremely average. You can take a good salesperson, put a great offer and a great system around them, and they will consistently and predictably overachieve. Please don't just go hire a salesperson. You'll be damaging them and your business. Right. And then last question I was going to ask here is, it says, what will this really work in my business? Well, here's my only answer to that. It will work if you can follow a plan, ask questions, and have a real idea of what you want to accomplish. Game on. Right. Our money playbook, the bonus that we talked about, will be a big part of that. It will help you get crystal clear on what specific actions you need to take to be able to generate the amount of revenue you desire. Okay. Next one, the last thing here is somebody saying, I can't make the event because I have something else going on. I understand this is last minute. I will say this, that unless you have an organ to donate, if you have a physical procedure you need to be in the hospital for, I would say you need to run, don't walk. Cancel whatever else you're doing, because I can't think of anything else you're going to be doing, even if it's a sales conversation, even if it's a coaching session or something you have to do. All of that stuff can be rescheduled, can be moved up, can be moved back, can be changed. This will deliver more ROI than anything you're going to do this year. And I'm honored to be able to serve you with it. Right. So just remember the cost of inaction. If you don't do this, what will you do? If you don't act now, when will you act? If not us, then who? What are you going to do to take advantage of this opportunity? How are you going to put a system in place that's going to deliver the outcomes that we're talking about? What's the game-changing opportunity for you? When will you do it? How will you do it? Who will hold you accountable to doing it? What system will you follow? There's too many open-ended gaps. And my assumption is if you already had this solved, you wouldn't be here on this webinar, in this dialogue today. Trust the instincts that brought you here and keep moving forward. You got nothing to lose and everything to gain. So get you to sevenfiguresalessystem.com, get registered. I thank you so much for taking this in. I appreciate you and honor you trusting me to be part of your success team. I don't take it lightly. I'm here to serve. Please reach out if you have any questions anytime. Our team is here to talk to you. We'll make sure that you get set up with everything that you need. Jump in as a VIP. Let's get you started. And let's change the game for you so you can sell predictably and consistently in any environment with our 7-figure sales system live experience. We'll see you at the event. All right.